Kotoko aren't taking the chances in the first half. They should and could have scored 2 in the first half.
Yes.
And in the first half, Kotoko had a dominance. Kotoko game no more boy, Then game young apostles and Sada Kotoko. So.
Yes.
Yeah, first half a little from commentary positions of Kotoko, the 65. No ama
young apostles
35. I here said I'll give Kotoko 70 and young apostles 30. Ebimonka say 60-40. In the first half, Kotoko prevailed in the game, but failed to take their chances. And no, and the my game ended 0-0. First half, one because an ape and yape. Immanuenchi enya ball a bedin him. Say Immanuenchi pejanity, and was a goalkeeper. No, Ima tried to go the 9 right, that's why right side of Ono and the left side of the goalkeeper. Born fan just so pejani chana keep another sapon what the wajadi akanyina goalkeeper no wache post no bear 5 and what that one side waja 4 no the at all. If Emmanuel had gone to Ono Emmanuel to the left side, I goalkeeper on right hand side now. I can born the post. Abatamo got an opportunity for me. I think say or you didn't hook cra I could bet with the atonet. But me can say uko Facebook ne Twitter first 30 minutes now go for Kotoko ball. Kotoko, this is football.
Ball, no, so they
really played well. I back in your papa. Now there's something that surprises me most. I didn't think I have park in a place which has a boot. Oh, Jabia. Player be a Janani boot. Oh, Patrick, and no, Man City Bonomo.
So grass enough. I rem
players not stored. No, or Mujina. Aye. You had a player and 9 in Ira. Ni boot ni na yira kwata design ya mo boss ha enra at a point so who say place na cut down bebrebe ya pitch ni condition na they would have to work on it so ma anya hodwuma on be play mu place na pa pitch ni condition na nya papa but Kotoko kept to their game plan and played the partner obi akoko training grounds be anim how they play sabo no e be free Kamara ho now call the 2 or 3 right and left side of defense. The ball come to the middle, then they will locate Emmanuenchi. Emmanuenchi will now lead the next. Either say Emmanuenchi air drive ball na kone nim. Either say obabo long pass akwa jwa betamwa. And now so by Pitami do akwa. Any baba ya yamu bako. And they kept to that shape. A pian ball no boya in the first half. Kotoko did not take their chances. Other than that, it was a penny can't some for. Because when taking the chances in the first half, and one thing that proper Nate Ogum and the charges, they must work on. In football, you may not get 15 chances before you score one. When you one now the twat now this is why I say there was a tactical masterpiece. Mami Kotoko starting 11.
Oh, je Kotoko starting 11. No, Mami na me home rest here. Mami go for a quick break. Me ba here. It's for Mama mo fidie na na ya just a minute. Madame Waba is here. Pepe, Eddie Ram game no. Said yes, he called the Entia. Asante Kotoko, a board draw no. Yamoko to Kwabaso, an answer saying, Yabas.
So we start off with the Kotoko lineup. Remember on Saturday, I sat here and told you, say, a branch did Daniel Lomoteno. Se unimna, ye di inimno. I remember when I said or one person or pose a lot of threat to the Kotoko center back. Pepe na mo de na mo hu na na nam te debi enya hu na Daniel Mutino any go ne shepa etinya hu na sam. Now this is how Kotoko started. In fact, the same team Ekoko Bobo no Narigu into goalkeeper Kamara Muhammad, Esmat Samba Enchi Che Jamana Albert Amwa Babayaya Joseph Amwa Lord Amwa Andrews in team Peter Amiduakwa. This is how Kotoko started the game, and they started well. Kotoko started game no started ye. I've told you that problems because they did not take advantage of the chances they created early in the game. If they are created, they are taking chances, and also we take your chances now. And the game no, I be and close. Said no, and I've told you when teams say be but now Jao to grow themselves into the game. They become more spirited. Or munya spirit, no. Charlie, you force a bit when you be Charlie, you force then they get themselves into the game. If you are able to tame them from the start, okay, some catchers should score an illegal Saturday. In analyzing the game, the catcher say, "Adia be bua Kotoko must score before the 30th minute." And so Kotoko 1 or 2.
Fear be in their opponents.
A goal or two in the first 30 minutes, Kotoko must do it, and they got the chances. I got 2 up in the first 30 minutes. Unfortunately, Omo ain't taking chances. Now, Kotoko a ball 3 midfielders into a typical 4-3-3. Of course, variations. Kotoko midfielders ni inti Manu, Che Dramana, Emmanuel Enchi.
Yes.
Inti Manu a ball as 6, Che Dramana a ball as 8, and entry air ball as the 10. Of course, inti Manu ni Che pretty half 8 and half 6. Omu ti bi ball change na we abesha na we ko na we abesha na we eko.
Yeah.
Ebra coach I've lived all my life in Kumasi. Meanwhile, you know, I tell Kumasi, so you Kumasi, you money. You see, you know, Kumasi, but you Kumasi, you money. 80. Ebra, as I could realize this, Asante 3 midfielders, you know. What they do is that they use the inverted fullbacks in the count.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to double up in midfield. No. Omo a ball a typical 4-4-2.
Yeah.
And when they started their 4-4-2, no, after they got 4 men in the middle, Kotoko had 3 men in the middle. And when almost started say, almost air set into the game because they were using 4 versus the Kotoko 3. This is something I've identified from Michel Kotoko. Training matches, preseason matches. Makase, as a coach, you know, Obo Emmanuel Enchi as a number 8, not a number 10. Me massive new and yeah coach or no any team sano feel so bono but anytime be amahu Emmanuel Enchi operate as a number 8 biano or function here or you're more valuable to the team or are they a lot to the team than Oba as a number 10. Anytime he comes into the number 8 role he becomes the controller. And you remember the last time I discussed with you the 3 things you need in the middle. You need a controller. 87.9. You need somebody to give you control in the game. Control. You need creativity. Okay, I don't know. In the middle, you need creativity as your number 10. You need control as your number 8. So, a branch they did it Tony Cruz. Every month, number 8 row, no, or more control or control. No, directing balls. And that is something that Emmanuel Enchi or a lot to give when it comes to Oba as a number 8. And or start as number 10 now. Now opposing team decided say on person mo e play the outer. He Obanechi dodo. Obanechi be pe. Na creative instance of Asante Kotoko. I will up front on na a free ho. At any time coach ebe operating as a number 10 biano. O the opa ya call Kotoko ne bibia ya call takwa Kotoko ne mediama. Or start as number 8. Later coach a tactical substitution piano call 10. Okoji na 10 no born in the first half all Boma Stadium ni na obi asore gina no ye nya na say bi it has been like that. First game Akotoko e na really good no he was not a star man because playing up there it is not something that of flourishing even though he can do it and Sakotoko another controller game nim and opia Emmanuel Enchi 10 now and Kenya problem between Che Dramana and inti man obi antimi control game ni said entry be control the amount omo me no good players but omo ntimi mouse control no I said it say inti manu as your 6 entry as your 8 baba yaya as 10 again Kotoko had a problem because if you play baba yaya as your winger on the left side on also function here
okay
in the Kotoko team there were 2 deficiencies that I identified in the first half.
Now it's a prosperous team Niana.
He feels that so consistently the Konya results the same team na Kobomano na Rigo of our results.
But this time
until America say maybe my observation and you based on game we go. Because
so
we say Obo Baba Yaya ewo wings wa on function here. And Ebra after 60th minute coach eyi change am na free mu. Otwen entry ba 8 and otwen Baba Yaya free left wing or at about 10 and what did out the saka by Kotoko started dominating Kotoko esa Kotoko esa game no kra they found the equalizer esa Kotoko enya win no I feel that yes coach might have a good reason why or decided say or boche in team end entry in the middle ama entry e cooperate as number 10 but me ma dream say oh yes olusu nyoma with the team 87.9 nyoma me no olusu say Kotoko any control e game no so because entry no e control and e as 10 play entry as your 8 and you have the game under your control with long passes with short passes on him dribble he can shoot from afar oh go run and run
yes
go run and run
yes
it is something that a part of the game
that long range
or free kicks or ma incisive passes from the middle or to make a long pass e go see the player so or change the direction of play entry as our players now say ball be the side no who say as your ball no right side watch it think of an attention or bet mama one quick pass at to left then the team is moving and that is exactly what Tony Cruz more equal control or more edema game enti Baba Yaya entry Baba Yaya on the wings and entry as a 10 for me a diminish Kotoko omo threat up front no the Kotoko bet my up front no a diminish kakra and my boy Peter Amidu did not have that flamboyant games that he's been having. He was very quiet yesterday. But no cry no. He said 2 assists in the league no. Now really good, he provided the assist. And he provided the assist. Even in a quiet game. In a game and the normal game now or take a game to the opponent. A dictates the game in Kono. If we provide the assist a good one of the reasons are and Kotoko in the first half. No money deadly. They say now branch did Peter Amidu and you're so much involved when you're in a game no and now can B plus B he was playing a C he operated a C plus when you're a B plus game no when you're a C plus game and a ball and run that is another thing I'm Kotoko I'm the penny and Asante center backs no
yes
I allow ball a pass it through them and if I am the coach I would sit them down and ask them question.
They nearly considered the second
87.9 and the same thing they were caught flat
yes and then the result
in the first goal ball no room by once e ka ba ko leader ba ko protect actually no ba ko the which as the sweeper no but they were caught flat and that incisive pass no e break you omo e wura mu na Danilo Moti e be share goal
and the same thing
SNC unfortunately
they couldn't recover
Apostles for no omo ti ba for ball no and to them and again the ko ball ba no enti enra ablo and samba
can we say Kotoko were lucky
enra on the balance of play
because I ball na ball ban any second tapping na ball and
Messi
so young Apostles could have scored 3
Kotoko could have also scored but on the balance of play young Apostles got better opportunities easier to score than
Kotoko
and Kotoko no goalkeeper
no dem goalkeeper yeah
no oya de pa goalkeeper
no da goal papa
oya de pa Boba ko yi say eti on the other hand na once we mo de na misses no when de na goalkeeper save
yes
enti on the balance of play and the chances created yesterday young Apostles could have won the game yesterday if they had taken more chances now a by the year but the Kaka Kotoko in the first half should have scored twice because Abona Emmanuel and Peter Ninti na Ima a try still or call on the right hand side when the goalkeeper no keeper need follow ball.
Yeah.
Tinu wa move wa drift out of position cry. sɛ yima pagya ne ticket to bi a enka pass no locate no ekɔ de bɔ no eto atere ma Kotoko etiki lead no abusa panyi
yes sir
good thing ne sɛ ebra coach asarbedi according to 442 ebe neutralize Kotoko Prosper Nate Ogum still came back into the game because when a Prosper to decide say Che should come out, Saka should come in.
Yes.
Ordinarily, I want to tell you because na Che Jamane operate as number 8, and we now the wing game. But the Oya is on the wings. Opia Baba ya ever ball 10. And we Emmanuel Opia free 10 over 8, and a Che Intimanu 86 and a Che quarter bench, and Kotoko recaptured the game. Kotoko recontrolled the game.
Yeah.
Kotoko had the game now under their grips. Yes. Such chances na eba to young apostles be no. Na emma be because now fe Kotoko are reshaping in the middle. The entire a tactical game no. Kotoko started the game having it under control, dominating, creating the chances. Asarbediako came in with his 4-4-2 to seize the middle and virtually to seize the game. Scored. Then Prosper also changed his hands to also come back into the game. And a game and day 1-1. I saw a tactical game. For me, yeah, me who say young coaches no. Okay. Me who say your coaches are ready to adjust and adapt to different situations at a time.
Okay.
First rank no. Say coach be right game na be penny. Say opponent re beat it to system na. Ubo say ya bonus na awie.
Oni antidote bia.
Oba bonus na awie nti starting na Kotoko e control over the game no. And Kotoko be controls her, but Asaribedi Akon identified what was not working for his team. Quickly deployed more men in the middle to frustrate Kotoko 3 midfielders and say ono an extra man. It is all have a omo ba che dwamena so enipa mienu na eba. So omo ko ntim so enipa mienu. Omo ko Emmanuel Ntwi so enipa mienu.
Yeah.
Because he had an extra man because Kotoko about 3 midfielders. Or not about 4 midfielders. One midfielder was given the responsibility to roam on the pitch there. Anytime they Kotoko play a crab on. But I couldn't any position by tackling on. Who should you actually be?
Yeah.
Then Prosper, after he went into the dressing room, came back. When they went down, realized the fact that okay, then let me also do these changes quickly. And a Prosper so acquire such changes now. On also Sabaji came no.
Yeah.
And the game was quite tactical, and I must say that from the tactical point of view, I really enjoyed the game that I was watching. Now, but I mentioned now, I enjoyed it. The Penyo Kaiser Mkacha has a Asante Kotoko quite a thin squad, a thin. Now, based on factors, why I had the ball. So the squad now Kotoko the ball season. I said be famous with the another one we have 87.9 eti Kotoko abet amwa center forward omo UF Yagob as another striker.
Okay.
I think Kotoko unsabe kaisa say Kotoko needed another striker.
Yeah.
Kotoko needed a prima puntas a penalty box striker. Number 9 how the jina box no nko ano Kotoko enya unsabe kaisa.
Yeah.
Enya nenti na make dey am ka kire say ye ntwen na fe obeka bia. I said it throughout the preseason. Said Kotoko needed that, and I catch said the absence of Somua, I'm a Kotoko on the wings, and so Kotoko elake. I know and understand why I Prosper and started Saka games. Say Kotoko starting games at the Americana. Say Asare or entry in post. Lord Amoa, Esmat, Samba, Ablo, Intimanu or Tinidu. Entry Baba Yaya no ball Saka Pitami Duakwa any striker na abetamwa Kotoko ni attack bia o bench.
Wow.
Pie Kotoko line up to so na Fakosro na yenya adwuma no na yenya abre wo hapa ye adwuma pa ti wure mam Kotoko line up ya atwe Kosro kakra se Kotoko ebo Saka no ye a typical winger in a game. Na Baba Yaya so start bi na Emmanuel Ntwi start bi 90 manu able says na Kotoko any attackers typical attacker bia obetime operate from 7 8 9 9 dey bia Jacob this is the
Kotoko akwa ne amoa wo mu a e je say ni mu Kotoko ni obi a on the bench
Kotoko bench ni aside goalkeeper Patrick left back Blay central defender Ansu central defender Saka winger or a second striker or anything Tinedu is a midfielder Solomon Kwakusa is a midfielder Kote is a defender. This is the Kotoko team.
Wow.
This is the Kotoko team. Yes, on say a year pra Auche. Auche pra nti Obape Oma option Auche can operate across the forward line.
Okay.
Left side, right side, number 9. Sometimes we born as a second striker krana Auche bet me abo. But or groin injury or no eba. Ena Jacob enso injury kakra de bia ko bia na ya chichira de ebo 9. But I'm saying say in the worst case scenario Touchwood mano esi sumna so si ebo game na abetamoa as a striker
ebia wanya card
ebra ana we di record na se Kotoko team ni a enra game I think from batch analysis near you it you want ni na betum finfia no what asem na ye kana so this is how Kotoko shaped up yesterday assuming say abetamoa apeke knock efrim and I say apeke card eso we be number 9 na team we how do you play somebody as your number 9?
Wow.
I know Saka can operate as a number 9. Can operate, yes. So no across the
okay.
But how solid are you? Until I make us a Kotoko squad. I kept saying it. Again, they need another creative method because creativity, creative method. Which entry there? Coach Pan in Power being himself entry 8. Mfaswa I saw the Tony Cruz ako jana 10.
Okay.
On said am benefit me Babon 8 the control no the man no. Enti Kotoko squad near quite thin and you start here Sheba Fauci a pray and Jacob any ono. At least I started a show then we are going for 34 games Yabomu 2.
Yes.
It was a lot of games to play and our condition again I'll say it. Park na Yabosu board. The probability that players will get injuries otherwise Kenya injuries abeba no e was so bebrebe say Ghanaian player no e be play because of pitch na oboso ball and you do all of that you just oppose that with the squad and almost as a Kotoko squad no quite thing. You asked one important question, sir. Did Kotoko disappoint? It depends on the angle you want to look at it from.
Okay,
it's a medical address the Tinedu guys who came that it is quite unprofessional. Sometimes you may have to agree, Kobobia, yes, careful. But the coach was trying to manage a team that aqua down or person taker. Many would say, Senka coach ni change Jamana or number 8 and what it in Dubai. And Yasana Kakofu says, the coach Yasana, what they hold him for the Ebem. Meboa.
Yeah.
So coach, he could Pitami to aqua film. And what it in Dubai. Again, you never was a question, but me a short coach in Adrimuno. Senka, if Kotoko had raised into a 2-goal lead, a 3-goal lead, obviously will be one of the attacking players and a holding player, but to solidify the midfield, to get more control of the game, to close in the spaces,
or they are protecting the lead, no?
Now they are what they are criminal, they are pong. And the message angle for say, yes, said the baby can make us say. Ebia tine du abusu afokra twa ticket ma omo say yenuana ba ye ba na ba ya dam for na ba eti enkwata na eti a little bit of disappointment from them say boy na nya bia mo but to have taken it to that level of booing the coach and some of the interviews they granted enya there say yes so eti eno ade da obusa panyi
yes sir
disappointment they say okay Kotoko craft 4 from 6.
Not bad at all.
Where are you looking at it from? But
there's one 6 out of 6.
But there's one peculiar problem with Kotoko. Not this Kotoko players. We are there. Kotoko team. Ujemwa Kamara born the first season. Samba born the first season. Abro born the first season. 87.9. Okay. And team Manu Bobby on your order. Che Jamana Bobby or order. Abetamo first season
almost
83 players and I'm say continue.
Yes,
it's just me it is not to this team but to Kotoko as a club. One thing that Mahu in recent times they say anytime the supporters turn up in their numbers they don't satisfy the supporters.
Can we be with that question? Say se Kotoko from omo fans na omo mra.
Yes, that's
because in recent times eso omo from no omo ba bia omo tie disappoint you.
Yes, it's factual for you to say that. Factual. Say
then Kotoko ntime more before their fans ni again.
Exactly.
Because this is a club at first na baba are supposed to be mabu so they will play and score.
Enu kwa de momunyaka enra no. Crowd na o na. Enya no ntia, but I'm give you a scenario. Say crowd ntia na ntime mo a. Young apostles for mu crowd omunya bi da bia. It is as we fan to baby kra. As we fan to baby kra.
Na fa den is
ntina from Thursday
how
I started charging the players that they have a responsibility.
Yes.
The call has been made to the supporters, and the supporters responded 100%. It's generally ratings. I rated the Kotoko supporters 10 over 10.
They did
10
really well.
out of 10. Kotoko supporters, and omunya 10 omukrad extension.
Sure.
Of the penny way a session of the Linclay Stadium. Now, and information I got is Linclay is a 20,000 capacity stadium.
Okay.
20,000 capacity stadium. Me no na try analysis am catch say if 10,000 supporters at 20 series tickets
na analysis now. Yeah.
Say 10,000 supporters at 20 series tickets na. That's about 200,000 Ghana cedis. Yenyanka VIP. So I now agree with why Kotoko decided to play in Obuasi, because if the supporters ever fill stadium no more, how much will it to the pocket of Kotoko?
Yeah.
The amount of money that will come to Kotoko, and so see, supporter no, or Baba Bayara no be 20 cities, no be 10 cities are. And at 20 account with 40, we will 60. Then me say travel. Once you are traveling, it's a travel. Sure. It's your day. New program ni na one we are going to be. So we call wedding no kumase a. We bet ma call free. I saw them about stadium. The supporters are incurring losses or cost more than how much they are paying. And it's not just how much they are paying. The cost of also traveling is part of it. And I challenge the players there. The players must give the supporters reasons to come more. Say the Bear Kotoko Accra Lions next home game no. Ewo Boase no. Omo ankobi no. Will have a reason to go. Omo coin will have a reason to return.
Yes.
Mankas asking we are.
Yes.
In that perspective, proud panini players me omo disappointed me.
Okay.
Me say for asem you say disappointment today say yabo 2 games here 4 points, and that is not disappointment for me. Any disappointment.
Yeah.
But disappointment they say Echita for Yabegul and Grace Sports Stadium will say Masay. Now, knowing very well, sir, the first game you are playing at home in the season,
yes,
you expect that the players will do something. Ebema supporters and that's what say.
Young Kosomra.
Now, Obama Jumana attend my communicators. I have told you nobody should deceive himself. And now you're going to support there. The best is about Jais Asamaka. Fakosha does be marketing Jana Quine. Market just as some no quite you can't bring it back, you can't resurrect it, but we have a job to do. Say players no there's some and said omo na rigu I confer points a man that's Obama stadium in Linclay stadium they have another responsibility to go to a difficult grounds at Bichim and do something that will make the supporters feel that any no there no bibi the see it's quite unusual. Let's go. The responsibility is on the players, not the supporters. Pepe. And I expect them to live up to that billing. But somebody at Kotoko must also try to investigate why anytime supporters ever stadium Mabiano, the players fail to respond positively. And it is not these players. Kotoko ne Kadiogo Bo Kumazano. Players will be not shot about Kokrabo. So what was the reason?
Pepe.
Kotoko Abubo games at Stadium Mayama. And it's hard to say no. It should interest somebody at Kotoko to begin to find out that first you show pen stadium yama and your boys need to deliver. What is changing? What has changed? I think it is something they must look at. But I watched an entertaining game full of tactical switches, and I love what the two coaches
Pepe Suarez Mesaba was the Enra Asante Kotoko first game Mofre Ejitafo Omomra Omobai. In the end, 1-1.
Yeah.
Against younger persons, you have no more bank. Yeah.
was on young crass, but I think that.
I'm calling them in the club being debutants in the league. I need to
you see, a lot of the times, and I have many players, they fail to understand why or can. But at the long run, they will come into terms. It wasn't a bad game. And senior coach Prosper Kine. Players now they disappointed because before the game we had a plan. Every 20 minutes of the game there was a plan and how to execute it. The first 20 minutes they failed, and out of that frustration started by. At some point it wasn't a game, man. I was a young apostle in your point. Another point, it wasn't a game, man. I was a Kotoko point in the game because guys in the Bermuda and they saw say. There's an opportunity for them, and they got 3 clear opportunities to score.
Yeah.
And if Omutimi share in your game and cause Kotoko pick a point, but majority of game no time now your boy, it was a game and I was say Kotoko is you see, problem there be our advocate for experienced, matured players and anything. You see, so my big team. Don't ever think say opportunity will happen in the game. You have to create it, and that's a huge responsibility. Most of the players no matter how you explain to them, you don't expect say Oko game is against Accra Lions. No. Create the opportunity. You have to exert game on opposition. Other than that, only chance because. Or boy against a big team, the intrinsic motivation will cry huge. Not to talk of there was any goal. They will put their bodies on the line. Some be defending very well. But it was a game again. About 4 or 5 players were off in the game and also contributed to how and why the results and the way it ended. But it wasn't a poor game entirely. It was a good game. Kotoko could have scored 2 or 3 goals in the first 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But players now take the chance, and I was privy to coach, final tactics and then video sessions, and in some of catch up, Abusia. Already or catch up, money the basic game difference be any. I almost let the coach down. So this is a game. It's on the players. They got things very wrong in the game, and they approach and. Head coach in the person or the room, they got it very wrong, and recovering from that setback go in the buy, and in the a lot of lapses back game ni more. Now young apostles a creative chance because so one share now you show there you are under pressure to respond, and you are quest to respond, a creative vacuum or certain places are omo clinical. If omo clinical. It was a game in the first half, first 15 minutes of the first half. No, was 2 goals, but Omo Anye clinical, and then brilliant goal by Emmanuel James entry. I was say we applaud him because game no me dance are not opening be anymore. You need somebody to step up, and then right was entry and Otimi step up or Savage situation for Kotoko. Other than that, it would have been poor, and the fans you have to give credit to them. But send your mobile, I was overwhelmed, and they should keep on. Second game of the season, a lot of matches, beba, and share all across Europe. Even Real Madrid this season, there are certain matches be a share, but eventually something will happen. These sort of things, happen in a season, but you shouldn't lose hope. Say, first game, games, also. Such games, they are not happen in the season, but it's onto the players and the coaches. Say, I recover and them, let me back to winning ways. But you have to applaud fans and OBBA with me spend time by. It was a good game. The only missing piece was the fact that Kotoko and taking the chances to win the game. Other than that, I think it was a good game.
Yes, see, Asante Kotoko, ebo 1-1. Ebo abuaso money. Young apostles. Jenko had to folk the Continental Club Masters. Phobia. Never sit there until the bones are rotten. Hands of folk and start season ni crack. Omo first game. Omo tena Accra Sports Stadium. Emma debutants. Ebe chi omo. Basika Holy Stars. Ebe she omo. Hans wie ye no. Ese okotoa so ne second game Hans. Ese akoluzu ye bra Lions. Eche ne she no. Ntinra game Hans bo no. Na expectations no. I said there nisro sa but na Hans boys no. E wo vim and among what say what they should do omo call on the fans. Enra ye na Hanche folk as Bechem United by 2-0. Credit to the Phobians. Now after the game, say and a coach Abubakar Watara eka edefa winner omunya against Bechem United.
Difficult. We win 2-0. I think I say it's normal game. You have a chance to score 2 goals in the second half and you carry the 3 points. But for me, it's continuous. I would continue to work hard to go forward. For me, it's not an event. It's just one victory inside of the 34 matches. For me, I don't have any special thing to say. Normal game.
Coach, how relieved are you picking your first win in 3 games?
It's the league. One day we started number 1. When we are working, we are baby. We started the first. It's like that. We are struggle. We win the first match. For me, I say it. It's not event. It's normal process. We are going slowly. Match 4.
In Chaboka Watara HMA, normal process no na odnam no na win no na aba na okasa efa fans no obekan the last time obekan say omun criticize but they shouldn't insult. Was I repeat sasem ne bi?
The fans, well, we are working for them. We, the fans, is the leitmotiv for any club. We need them. We understand. They criticize. I will say it for the last time. You can criticize, say everything you like, but please, the insult. Because the insult, we don't have any school to go and study the insult. Everybody, his life, he know why he can insult somebody, but it's not necessary. The things we need, the unity, all the pieces of us of folk, all the structures to be together. When you are together, I think you can get good results. You can't do anything without the fans. It's not possible. We need them to come and follow us. Criticize, the positive criticize. Positive criticize. Me, I'm Democrat. When you criticize,
and the coach Abubakar Watara Chimwa, fans no and criticize, but they shouldn't insult. Had to folk. Omo third game any dia na akonyina nese ani da so ni ba no Hans 3 obi a say femodin kwanitum Hans 2 Bechem United 0 so mama say Hans game na sim free ho.
Yes,
Hans are they back?
I'm very happy for House of Folk. Say unse challenging moments in so we need big teams now mel more.
But sorry mama fa we ntwam say game a e cross ne no.
Yeah.
Accra
Dreams
and Lions no. I end the 2-2.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
As the Lions when you're 5 points.
Dreams and the Lions give 9 and the 2-2. Okay. Yes.
Say more sometimes it's difficult and maybe reference here some people can say play a be an quality and play a be any baby or be more the best. Inti the first say wafa Asamoah Boateng in say okay the na last season. And last season, the poster boy of House of Folk, no, a DNA boni in Hamza and Maka on several occasions. He's a national asset. I was in boy, not a guy in any game, no, a developer. And yesterday he scored. So on the bus returning me who's I was personally happy for that gentleman. Not because Obo but because or a national asset. Yama any corner a be. Masho 2 goals in a superb, fantastic free kick. And a has budget. This is sort of result of me here. And then unlike the typical House of Folk situation, Ayana fueled by some negligent sports pundits, Ayano Mokikan Nsembi. The House fans trooped to the stadium and they supported their team.
Yeah.
that is the sort of attitude I share. Now what the 30 cedi echo 2 matches I ain't now Togo no the billions oko still also can. So sometimes the supporters against all us, they have to support the team. And then really go on. Matisse has the fans in the big graduates and soon. Accra Sports the women's will be because I had no mark for win. 2 goals.
First win.
Yes, 2 goals. On almost against Bechim. And Bechim in yet teams in Abusia on modern war firms are almost a teamer. So omo how in the game omo how pa. First half ended goalless. And omo by second half. Me who goalkeeper Benjamin. Command on the players need deal on field. They say omo try so make it the supporters proud. That is the sort of attitude also in 2-0 in your third game after 2 games without a win and a goal. No, all the credit in the mom. No bomb ranting about so. Sometimes win be what coach in him who players now take the responsibility. Say, hey, Charlie, baby, we need to step up. And they stepped up. Our team has 2 goals. And you say fluke feature goal. Be no more you.
What are some ton boss?
Oh no, not some them in person. Me Bob.
He is the man in charge.
Me can players and some. Me can.
And one lose you. I don't want me blame no.
On there some na some me all banana Canada then.
Let me see. Some lose you.
Me make about
why we need for the credit man.
Me the man, but the American say Watara some not the bar. The American be about Watara. Eh, they kwana me. The was some American all banana Canada.
Where they say?
And they say he is not fit for the job. He is not a manager. Obeti me aboa has.
What about 2-0?
Obinsu she 2-0. And I'm giving the credit to the players, no, the attitude that almost show here on the field, no. It was positive. I was say, yeah, ball muscle. This is the kind of attitude that a typical house of folk. And the Kotoko no mushu. Who teams a player in the gym when you had the cry. But obetire bibia hunu bi so na ya na mo boy hindu am time na buzu atata na bebira san
Akuma FM 87
na
bebrenya but unze e confidence ade no timi ze ni control kra anye but obe show say o confidence na ade no obe ya ma na yiye ano na bebre digi omudi so sa attitude na ya na me hwe has me hwe Kotoko matches aya na mpese me hu efri omo place no especially the Mano Jemfi and entry. How many players cry and say, baby, I'll do it. Mammy from take responsibility. And Hamza he's one boy, Abusia, personally, or the Makuma Suipa.
Are they back?
Oh, Omanya win. Yes, so back and I had the
because against Bechamia easy.
Abusia, back on yesterday. Where the
question and maybe
said last season now Busasa. Yapesa few system. So almost Omanya 3 on a trot 4 wins. I want now they are they back and because
no, the first 2
they have won.
And a third game wabe win and bisa say are they back
no there comprising you maybe any omo enkwani mu
just omo yede
I was only 4 victories now for omo de omo na to mkrofo so they can they back now my analysis now
yes or no
they are not back
I'm asking you
they won but they are not back they can be back if they continue or they may be back based on where the starting point of omo resurgence into the season but the first 2 there now it was poor and their man here poor not because of losses no team be to me Lucy but born no more born now any confidence inspiration be any sa game but this particular game there they did very well and omanya 2 goals no I mean, I'm hoping so mbetimi atwa so sad and the next game very difficult grounds omoba nations 3 matches almost wa pick 5 they are yet to pick a win home the first game no Bechem no omobo 1-1 and omo call away and then also omoko ball draw young apostles and omakofa victory inti back home no e game near them but if boys need to me a build on confidence from this victory e game na very entertaining ewo abrankese over the weekend sa game na eba no inti that nations who winning at Aduana I think the baby na Aduana defeat na eba okay first game na
Lions should have been the team to beat us.
Yeah, but Lions gave no.
And now, for instance,
about
16 minutes of additional time.
Say
another time now. This is now.
Yes, go.
and they were thinking
yeah.
and
ɛsɛ ɔmo bɛya win
ɛhyɛ nti ɛhɔ no ɛden so team bi atumi peke 3 points if you are wotumi sɛ ɛyɛ hard fought ɔyɛ adeɛ paa na wapeke point no nti going away to aduana na wɔpeke 3 points na ɔba home at abrankɛse deɛ abusua sɛ game biara wɔ hɔ a wɔsɛ obi hwɛ weekend yi a we are one of the games a woyɛ hard supporter you have to be there and tena ha mie phone lines mɛkeka deɛ wopɛ wɔ aberɛ a wokora wontua bi nkɔhwɛ saa de na yɛ ana ha me dodoɔ no ɛfrɛ no dodoɔ no akora nkɔ stadium nti has but this is the time I was ɔtɔ has jesi ni bi now nso ɔkɔ support ɔmo wɔ abrankɛse
Pepe me boss Nana Kwamina the boss say Pepe is always a champion. Good work. Yesterday was my senior sister's birthday. Naomi of Lakeside wish her belated happy birthday for me. Naomi, belated happy birthday. Opani Hanchefok Abo Bechem United, a very difficult game, 3-0. Hans, are you back now?
Debbie has in your back. To be back means you've given us consistent results that we can sit and say that we the Obefa until we can say they are coming back. Say why we lose 2 games? No, we need 2-0. No, maybe they are on a recovery mission. They can come back. But to make it emphatically a statement that they are back, no, I won't say that. But young court and game. Yeah, Juma. A chief on joining your page, so I was a penny. Coach Abubakar Watara say
Friday when he bring home.
Oh yes. Now, say how San Lusu game we are. A carbon the ABM no need us because Oba nations. A game as we sit here, we be able to as Jamaica say nations are 80% or 80% chance of winning that game. Oh yeah, our ball Adriana Stars and crying. In recent times, Adriana Bank crying. We know the results. It is a game of the Penina. We can't do that. Coach, I can't say Mr. I say the first game, he changes. Well, no results, but this time he decided to stick to the teams. He won't say why he mistakes now. I learn it. Coach, I am and you need to learn. Now, your experience now. Experience, that's how we learn it. So, I was a penny, you have a folk starting 11. The same starting 11. Ewo game no mukolusu ewo pandu no and a chassis. What you do is that when you do that, you are creating a certain rhythm. At least what a certain rhythm at all. Now, Menyaji, I know Steve did not watch the game, but Steve here analysis be ma the part because and a wana massive dinner.
Okay.
I was saying when na has enya no. Abubakar Watara head coach iti e bona baso pass we lead the team na mo wini. But me sure Abubakar Watara say I am pass so osua de from games na he will go and sit down and realize say no mo ye nyoma bia na enya football e park na so.
Yes.
Abusua has jebo no mo pia de koma ya drama na ba bi ogire bia no hwe ball na say na trash ye no na ko. Omo jebo no mo pia de koma Ranford Mensa. Now Ranford Mensa no boom tum na bona tra and Bechem were very happy with Sabon and has airborne first half. No. South Africa can buy the intelligence Ranford Mensa at the shed mame and Monabaso. In Ghana here, direct free kick. A Sam Ben Pono near to war, not goalkeeper say Jim. Now, oh, Kelly Bona for one, so I'm not talk net the entire ha. It's Ranford Mensa. Yeah, all the applause, all the planets go to him. Your boy and some Edema branch because I didn't know intense you illegal. Elsewhere, Shabon, I say, ya Jeffrey Kictoa. Oh, you are rest assured, and your boy, your Mobashe. But I have a bit much as Africa 100. You know, one particular weekend, you go back to crime film. It's Ranford Mensa did extremely well. The anger was even tight, maybe I'm not born down. Now, a acute anger, kaka. And we bend the ball at the ball at Twattram. Kudos to Ranford Mensa of Accra for Sagu no share at the Mahasino. Now, it was a penny. Has a bra or a share go at a lot of relief at the bra. Because the pressure was still that, hey, about first half of you, be a game no more. So, Pejabon the Coma, Bechem United, a branded August no control boni beer. You see the difficulty and the issues all created at the Mahachi for. 81 Ranford Mensa stepped up na Ransford Mensah de saa ball no eto atere so panyi ade a for me ete House of Folk pressure na no mo enam mu ni bibia so Emma at least House of Folk supporters ne come hwe game no etimi relax ehwe game ni ye na Hamza Isa esande the ball ebeto atere mu no. I still think that, coach, yes, you have won. Congrats to you and your team, but you must manage Hamza Isa operating on the wings. You know, you must solve it, coach. If the boy is not good enough to lead your attack, let him come from the bench or be more effective than playing out of position. Ensure that Eman Enya born Emon. Okay. Abraham said Theophilus Collinson or Hussein Mohammed. Omo make difference at the Mahas in the second half. In the first half, not Bechem United midfielders and Efa born with ease. But in the second half, coach, yeah, sir, even though one changing player, but Omomu said they should hold on to the ball. Now it's a hands for ball by no more release ball. And by no more boom. In the second half, Ebra had two players, no, Collinson. Any Hussein decided they will hold on to the ball, at least move the ball. Obiba tried to take one or two players out before I locate player with the ball. Has started say one more air press and kakakakra at the ball a pushy between United players no. And Omunya said 2 goals at the film no. From that side, of course, Bona refugee foul no. Bechem for no a protest as a Ama branch from replace. Now we say as a Amon and sa yenya better images and share. But of course, now enya dia Obama Obey so disappointed say yes CCOB a free kick and a referee ejuto and a branch and a ball a day a twat kama wamo enyasa wamo a win inti how to folk a bomoding in the game.
Yeah,
we expect a certain level of consistency, we expect a certain level of dedication from the players. As someone Steve Okachidon me senya bia coaches any winning match. Sometimes it takes players now omo willingness omo jina park na so say player nankasa ne dedication or original field no so person ye di obetimi bia man side ne enya win no sometimes and no so to be winning games abso.
Yeah,
and enra one of the reasons why had to folk enya sa win no abusua unim say some small facts kitwa bi about Ghana Premier League no. Kabiru mami, the first time had to folk a winning match day 3 since 2020 league, you know.
Wow.
And in the last 4 years, near about match day 3 be a has win. And has folk it be far win. Then Prosper Ogum about 70 games in the Ghana Premier League. 70 games. And now in the 70th game in the Ghana Premier League. We will break it down.
As a Kotoko coach and now in the league.
Okay. About 70 games. Okay. But United, of course, sir. Oh yes, some coach and game no game. I'm sure it is or started with Asante Kotoko season or J, you know. The ball last season and the Waboy. I know and Bechem United and go in 3 games na Bechem Abono. Bechem and go. And you're good enough for Bechem United. That they've gone 3 games Bechem and go. Now give me the breakdown of Prosper. There's 70 games now. Wabono. So Prosper we need 34. We draw 8 and we lose 18.
Wow.
Prosper 85 goals and we share 50 goals and he share Tiano 120 points and a 1 league title. This is the 3rd season as a head coach.
70 games.
It was about 1 season that he won. We about last season at Oplesi 6 and was started the 3rd season. But overall he has played 70 games. And out of the 70 games, a Prosper Nate Ugmabono, it was a Penisa and also a chair. But finally, I think that Pando out of Lions. The reason Tiana Mijina, Iswayana Ibimon Temaseno, the coach of Asofok, Abubakar Watara. On Sabashir Ford, and so Somu, 2nd round, sir.
Yes.
And Bashir Ford, a year, Juman or the club of survival relegation. And he has started new season and walk away difficult grounds me, you know. Wabo Adriana Stars away. Wabo Dreams FC away.
Yes.
On Lusu game. And no crown. The good thing is that and 0-0 drawn game no bo or she go. And
draw.
At least was shot 3 goals away. I consider 3. The home game back no boy no. Or she 2-0 over Hasselhoff. You see a certain level of improvement. Team na all you say this is a team and area. And a coach they try. and all of a sudden in 3 games they are undefeated. But away difficult grounds, we pick a draw. We're winning at home. Or the next game of home, we can be here and be certain. When Lions back, we can say yes, they are back. It is clear, sir. Omona's home game, if they pick the win, Omenya 6 points from home, 2 from away. Omukabo Momukra 8 points, and you're bad and Fama Pando out of line. So for me, you see a lot of improvement in that team. A free channel nations and it has a folk. No, you better say I am what you say matches in the bus, you breaking it down.
Yes, you better do come Kabiru quickly. Mamanya birthday wish me. Yes, may call all the way to the US of A. My boss, Yabuso Uswansa, the nursing father, Ochemwa, or no